Hello and welcome back to Suspended Fanimation. I'm your host, Dennis Bithoulkas, and it's time for Peacemaker Season 1, Episode 4, The Choad Less Traveled. It kind of reminds me of a previous podcast. So never mind. Let me take care of some business first, and then we'll get down to it. If you like what you see here, like, share, and subscribe. If you're still on the fence about subscribing, take a look at the video that pops up at the very end here. YouTube takes the algorithms of all the stuff you've been watching, all those nasty, nasty videos, and tries to match them with one of my nasty videos and pops it up there just for you. And if you like what you see there, hit that subscribe button down below there. Also, if you want to be, if you don't want to be notified when I come on live, you can hit that bell down below. And YouTube won't notify you when I come on live. So, what you should do, go over to suspendedfanimation.com, take a look at the schedule I have up there, and also all the social media links that I've got there as well, and all my page links as well. So let's get to it, shall we? Spoiler alert, I am going to spoil the episode. If you have not seen the episode, go and watch it. Come on back. This will be a video. You can comment down below in the comment section. Giving you a little bit of time to hit the pause button or whatever it is you're going to do. All right, there you go. That's plenty of time right there. So this is actually pretty fucking funny, this episode. And mainly it was Vigilante that was the comic well, he was the reason for all the comedy and all of this. Um so of course, after everything that went down with the senator out there and the butterflies that they had to kill, um they're going back, of course, to the home base there, and they've got Judo Master tied up in the back of the truck. Um, and essentially, they're still trying to fumble their way through a good majority of all of this. So, when asked by Harcourt if Peacemaker actually killed the butterfly, he's like, "Yeah, or what happened to the butterfly after it flew out of the senator's head?" It's like, "I shot it. What else do you think?" But we find out that no, he didn't. He actually has it in a jar and takes it home with him. Um, and in the meantime, of course, the rest of the group, shouldn't say the rest of the group. The leader of the group, of course, Mern, decides that Vigilante should probably stay with the team, just so he doesn't, talk and all that stuff. And also he's a psychopath, and is actually willing to kill women, children, all that kind of stuff. Something that Chris Peacemaker was not able to do. So he wants to keep him on at this point. Um, the whole thing with Chris going to his father in prison, and of course, he's almost talked out of it by Leota, but no, Leota isn't able to do that. And of course, Chris tells his dad everything. His dad's like, "Fuck you! I'm going to go and tell the detective. She can take my fingerprints. Basically, I'm going to go scot free. I'm going to tell everybody what's going on." Which, of course, is going to crash the mission. So, what does Leota do? Well, she talks Vigilante into killing Chris's father, which, as Mern says, I'm dealing with the apple fucking dumpling gang at this point, which is a great callback, by the way. I know James Gunn. I don't know if James Gunn wrote this episode. I don't think he did. Let me take a quick peek, and I can tell you. But I'm pretty sure he didn't write this episode. But the apple dumpling gang reference was pretty spot on and also pretty damn funny. Yeah, he actually did write that. So there you go. It is the apple dumpling gang for him. Um, and he's right. They are bumbling their way through this. Every time they could correct something fairly easily, they take the asinine way of doing things and just compound the problem. So, of course, Adrian Chase, Vigilante, gets himself thrown in jail so that he can kill the White Dragon. I just never thought I'd be saying something like this. Um, and he ends up, of course, having the best line, or the best scene, I should say, where he's sitting at that table of white supremacists, and let's go around the table and everyone tell us, your favorite a Black American achievement of history and all this. And I mean, it just devolves from there, of course. So there is a fight scene where he beats the shit out of the, three other skinheads. That's what they used to be called, Nazis. And of course, you know, Chris's father, the White Dragon, is not going to get involved because he goes, I know there's cameras around. He goes, I'm not going to fight you. And then when he gets wind that Adrian is there to kill him, in order to clear Chris out of anything, and then he really wants to talk to the detective and get the fuck out of there so he can actually, leave at that point. They don't always succeed, Raymond. They kind of fumble their way. They really fumble their way through everything that they're doing. So of course they pull Adrian out of the prison there, and I love that Harcourt picks him up, and she actually seems to be softening a bit as well. She actually almost looked like she was gonna, give Adrian a little hug or something like that, and I don't think that's the case, but still. And in the meantime, they've Judo Master is still tied up at the headquarters, wherever the fuck they're at. And of course, he escapes, and Leota ends up shooting him. And of course, she shoots him just as he's about to say that something about the butterflies, that they're not so bad, or we don't know the real reason why they're there. And he gets shot in the chest and almost dies. But again, he ends up winding up on the couch um, under Economos's gentle care, I guess you could say at that point. And we don't know what he was going to say. Um, and Leota, who had been combing through all the material they had pulled from the senator's house, finds a little bit of a clue. She finds key cards to a resort in both bags, and that is most likely the place where these butterflies have infiltrated human beings. And so she calls up Mern, and we saw Mern actually sitting at home and just kind of zoning out. He wasn't. He was watching a Mel Gibson movie. I think he was watching Air America. I can't remember offhand, and wasn't laughing. Was just sitting there stone faced watching the TV, which we had heard him say before that he was trying to become more human. Well, after Leota tells him, I've got a clue, and he says, "Great, I'll be right there." He hangs up his phone, and then, of course, he's got a bowl, and a proboscis comes out of his mouth into the bowl, and we find out that he's a butterfly as well, and that's how we leave off the episode. Um, and Chris, by the way, is back at home, basically just getting high, dancing to his 80s or 90s metal albums, and blowing, pot smoke into the butterfly jar, and hanging out with Eagle. Oh, was it Lethal Weapon 3? It was Lethal Weapon 3. Thanks, silly bro. Um, yeah. So, man, so this is going to hell in a handbasket fairly quickly for these people, and they need to pull it out pretty quick. And I'm wondering if Amanda Waller already knows all of this, if she already knows that Mern was a butterfly, and that's why she assigned him to this task, and then also her daughter, to kind of throw her daughter into the deep end of things, and kind of wake her up to the task that she wants her to do, which is what I'm thinking. Amanda Waller, she is the type that would do that. She would sacrifice her own kind, her own flesh and blood to basically make a point at that point. So I'm fairly sure that's what's going on here. And also Leota's girlfriend or wife calls, and she ignores the call. So yeah, trouble in paradise there. So and then also, the whole thing with about the big thing on all of this too, and I almost forgot here, was Chris having flashbacks to his dad training him to kill, and him as a child stabbing a guy that's tied to a chair, basically just sitting there and just stabbing the shit out of him. And then we find out he had an older brother that his dad said, your older brother, I loved him more. You're just, I should have slit your throat when you came out of your mommy's cooch, is what he says. And it's like, wow, damn, and we find out that Chris's brother most likely died as a result of a seizure during a fight that they were having, that his father pitted them against each other. And yeah, so wow, that's pretty fucked up. Oh, and the name drop of one of the other Marvel, or excuse me, one of the other DC characters that we got was Matter Eater Lad in this episode. Matter Eater Lad being from Legion of Superheroes. He's actually a 31st century hero, and yeah, Matter Eater Lad's one of my favorites. He's just a weird fucking thing to have reference to, which I thought was pretty funny. Raymond says, "What do you think Mern's play here? Is he at war with his own kind?" No, I think he's trying to infiltrate Amanda Waller's the humans to see how far they've gone, so he can destroy it from within. I think that's what the whole thing is all about. Because Amanda, of course, wants to kill the butterflies. That's what the whole kill order is on all of this. But I think that's what Mern's play is that he doesn't want to. Yes, and the dialogue was very abrasive and very funny at the same time. The whole prison scene, that whole thing with Vigilante just sitting at the table, and basically what he tells that one Nazi about the guy's mother and what was happening and what the guy was doing while watching all of this. That was just like, whoa. I mean, it was just rapid fire. He just kind of spit it out, and I was like, fuck. Wow. Yeah. Yes, Waller's daughter does seem way too nice and way too normal. And by the way, I don't know if any of you are staying to the end of the credits. So if you stay all the way to the end of the credits, there's actually the extended scene of Chris and Adrian in the White Dragon's, multi-dimensional room where they're talking about the chicken, or what is it, a duck? If it walks like a duck and it talks like a duck, and it could be wearing a human disguise, and then it goes even further because they actually cut that, I guess, what Peacemaker said in return, and it was just it's pretty funny actually. So every episode has that at the end. There's an extended scene or a blooper scene, or not even a blooper scene. It's extended scenes is what they are. So it's well worth it. Well worth your time going in and taking a look at that. And I also have to say the opening sequence, the opening dance sequence. So I'm not alone in all of this. I'm seeing this more and more on Twitter where everyone's going, no one's fast forwarding through it. Everyone's watching that thing, from start to finish because it's fucking funny. And I just have to call out, I don't know if I did before, but Jennifer Holland, who's playing Harcourt, I don't think she can dance at all. And I don't know why, but it makes me laugh every time I'm watching because I watch her specifically. And you see her, she gets kind of awkward at sometimes and like stiff, and then they cut. You see the cut happen when I think she's just about to screw up, and they cut, and then they have a focus to another side of the room. So this is what happens when you do multiple cameras and you can actually cut to different things. So if someone screws up, you don't have to show the entire portion of it. But yeah, you can tell she's actually kind of stiff as she's dancing, and I don't blame her. I mean, that's a fucking difficult move. That whole dance routine looks like it was pretty horrible. And Robert Patrick's move with the blinking flash, oh my god, with the hip movement, it makes me laugh every damn time I see it. Raymond says, "Do you think there are improvising some of these scenes? It seems like it. They might be with some things, some lines. I'm pretty sure the judo one, judo master, when they have the rematch, the fight. I'm pretty sure some of that is improvised because John Cena seemed like, We're calling each other names now, you little you little shrimp." It seemed like he was kind of thrown off a little bit at first and was trying to think of something to return back with, and he didn't have anything, which is a very Peacemaker kind of thing to do. I thought that was pretty funny. Raymond says, "Also, this is irrelevant, but Harcourt actress is dating James Gunn." Oh, really? Okay, I didn't know that. Jennifer Holland was dating James Gunn. Well, that's how he dragged her back in to the DC universe, because supposedly she thought she was done with her role in Harcourt after Suicide Squad, and then he was like, "Nope, surprise, we've got Peacemaker." So, all right, so good episode, lots of fun here. And also, I mean, heartfelt too. I mean, you see the pathos of, so James Gunn is good at doing this. He's good at doing the comedy. He's also good at injecting some drama into it as well, making you feel for the characters, even though there's absurd situations going on. He does a good job. He does a good job of this. That's what he's good at. So I'm looking forward to next week's episode, and yeah, it should be a lot of fun. I mean, I'm enjoying this a lot more than I'm enjoying the Book of Boba Fett, which, for a character, for a Z list character, Peacemaker, which Peacemaker is, to be this good, and then having an A list character like Boba Fett being such I'm just gonna say a bomb. uh and I'm hoping it by episode 6, the Book of Boba Fett does make sense and ties all this up and actually is relevant in some way, but I don't know if that's going to happen. I'm hoping that's going to be the case, but you never know. So, what else do I have going on the rest of this week? Well, tomorrow I'm off. Saturday is going to be Saturday morning blast off, where I take the genre news of the week and any genre stuff you guys want to talk about. We talk about it. Sunday is going to be spoiler alert, where we're going to be able to talk about anything. If you guys want to talk spoilers about stuff, you can, as long as it's out in the general public. Monday I'll be off, and Tuesday will be another episode of Is It Worth My Time? And this time around, it's going to be the animated movie, which is on HBO Max right now, Injustice, which is DC characters, the Justice League, and it's an alternate universe, Justice League, where a pregnant Lois Lane dies, and Superman kind of goes a little ape shit, shall we say? It's a rated R movie too, which is nice. Um, Wednesday will be the Book of Boba Fett, and of course Thursday we come back around again to Peacemaker. So, Celebro says, "Did Boba Fett forget that it was the Jawas that stole his?" Yes, I don't think he was coherent when that happened. Basically, the Jawas had roofied him, and while he was roofied, they took his armor. So I don't think he remembered any of it. There you go. So, with that said, I'm going to let you guys go. Thank you to everybody who joined me tonight in the chat, and thank you if you made it this far in the video. If you're still on the fence about subscribing, take a look at the video that pops up at the very end here. And if you like what you see in this nasty, nasty little video up here, hit that subscribe button down below there. And if you can, hit that like button, the share button as well. This bell down here, you can hit it, but I'm pretty sure YouTube's not going to notify you when I come on live. So what you should do is go over to suspendedfanimation.com, take a look at the schedule up there. I change it out every week. Also have all the links to my social media there and all the links to my pages as well. So with that said, I'm going to let you guys go. Have a good rest of your night, and don't let the door hit your ass on the way out. Otherwise, you may have a butterfly alien in a jar that, likes to get high once in a while. Hey, kids, want to get high? Thanks, everyone. I will see you again to Saturday for Saturday morning blast off. Until then, wear those masks, get those vaccine shots. Also, get the flu shot as well, and the booster for the vaccine shots. I know it's a lot of shots, but still do it. And stay safe out there, everyone. Take care, and I will see you again on Saturday. have a good rest of your night and have a good one. Thanks, everyone. Good night.